up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders.
The Raiders will kick this one off. Number 19, Patrick Turner.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Get set.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Get set.
Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Go get set.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
On first down, Drake. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Tannehill. And he hits Drake. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a
different story.
Long night.
Let's go.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Stills the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. carry. Here's Marshawn Lynch. Lynch busting free. And bulldozing through multiple tackles. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
No surprise watching Marshawn Lynch scatter bodies as he runs, but I remember doing games of his at Cal, and I remember the moves, the jump cuts, the elusiveness, as well as the strength.
Monday down. 6-18. Go Chief. Get set. Set.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
3 down. 3 down.
Down. You wide, A.
Choose the mic. Watch mic. Watch mic. Hey, watch the lane.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Cameron Wake in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Down. You wide, A.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And got his man complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Monday down.
Side right here. Side on the right. Side on the right.
Down. Wide, A.
Go throw the mic.
First down, the run with Lynch. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
There we go.
Hurry, get set, fellas. 29.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Monday down.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Alert 3.
Hey, Raider 2.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Carr now on first down. Letting one fly deep. It's caught at the 10. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
Later, 8.
We got three, fellas.
Down. 29.
On first and goal, Washington. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Lynch, the lone man in the backfield now on second and goal.
Go. Get set. Hey, Raider 2.
They get it to him running left. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on third and goal.
Down. 180.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Stonewalled on second down. Now let's see what they can do on third and goal from the 2.
Down. 180. 29. Go. Get set.
Here is Lynch on third and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Able to spin free. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Drake will start the drive on the ground. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. 2
yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Yo, chip left. 4 down. Hip.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Then he finds Danny Amendola. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A Dolphin first down as Tannehill is on target to the former Patriot Danny Amendola.
Here we go.
on 1st and 10, Tannehill. And Stills over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And it's caught here, Amendola. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Tannehill on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Tannehill now to throw. And to the left side here, Wilson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Tannehill. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Ballage with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins are in for 6. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie. The first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On second down, Washington. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Down! 180!
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken around the 12. Oh, look at that. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, Tannehill. On the right side, over with Gesicki. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And there's a nice catch by Mike Gesicki, the rookie out of Penn State. And, partner, you saw him when you were covering Big Ten football. He didn't block very many people, but that's not what they asked him to do. They asked him to go downfield and catch the balls we just saw there.
Yeah, absolutely right, and he can do it with the best of them.
Yeah, and how about him in his high school video? Did you ever see any of that with him dunking basketballs and spiking volleyballs? His athletic ability is off the charts.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Zebra. Let's go.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll run it out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Justin Ellis in on the stop. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
Tiger.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he finds Stills complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Let's go. Quick, quick, quick.
Strong right.
On first down, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure, and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Tavecchio puts this one through. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now Carr. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Here we go. Get set, get set. Slide down.
They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly, sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Here we go, here we go.
4 down.
Drake off the give from Tannehill. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Go. Zebra.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Over the middle, it's Emmett. he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Here we go.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. Nice,
To throw is Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Mario Edwards busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Clay, 56.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. And it's caught inside the 5. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They come out here in the I. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kalen Ballage with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Express.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Forced out to his left. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, 20.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. It's caught by Parker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Tannehill now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Tannehill throwing again. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Bruce Irvin. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Everyone's got 4 down.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 16.
56. Mike, 56 right there.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Robert Quinn in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
694. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Carr. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. Cooper was the intended target.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
Let's go. Get set, get set, get set. Where you at?
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills. But there you go. You said someone was going to have to step up, force a turnover. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, now they need to capitalize, get this back to a one-score game. From there, anything can happen.
Wide, get wide.
Go. Get set, get set. Ready, set.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Let's go. Hustle, we're walking. We're all walking.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Where you at?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
5-yard gain on the play.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Check 59, right?
Now Balaj. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because Every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Now on first down, Drake again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's go.
A pitch out to Drake. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Dolphins, it